What up guys, welcome back to my channel Underneath the Veil of Marigolds, and today I'm going to be doing a tag that I was tagged in about over a year ago by two different people, by Maple Grove and Jasmine the Sage. Both you guys mentioned me in that tag, and I'm very sorry. YouTube's alerts for these sort of things just wasn't so great, and I didn't realize that I was mentioning that until about 3 videos back when I was looking through all my analytics and stuff on my laptop. And then I finally went to the mentions section and I saw your guys' names in the videos and I was like, oh my fucking God. They're probably thinking I'm just some asswipe who just ignored that shit and was like, fuck that, I ain't got time for that. That's not the case. I do want to do the tag, so I'm finally here to do the tag that you guys mentioned me in a really, really long time ago, and I'm again, sorry that I didn't realize it was there. The tag is called My Magical YouTube Journey, and I believe the first person who made this tag, their channel name is Starlight the Wild Witch. And thanks again to Maple Grove and Jasmine the Sage who tagged me in this, or else I probably wouldn't have known this tag existed. And I'm gonna go ahead and start this tag. 25 questions to this tag. And the first question is, what is your channel name and significance behind it? I do have a video up that is called Underneath the Veil of Marigolds. And it's my opening video for when you go to my YouTube channel. It's the first thing that plays. And I made that one my opening video for a reason, obviously, because my channel name used to be One Fit Bruja. And I left that name behind and I created a new name. A name that I felt like resonated with me a lot more. And I felt like as I get older, I created One Fit Bruja when I was like in my 20s, and I am no longer in my 20s, okay? So my mind and my mentality, even bits of my personality, they've changed. They changed a lot over the years. My practice has changed as well. I have incorporated new things that I enjoy. I feel like there's a lot more to me than just showing magic, okay? There's a lot of personal things that I felt like I would like to share on my channel, because I'm at a point in my life where I really just don't fucking care what people think about me. And I wish I was there a lot sooner, but hey, you know, stepping stones. I'm at a point in my life where I'm just doing shit for me. And I'm happy with that. I am not put on this earth to impress anybody but myself. So in that video that I have on my channel, it discusses the changes of why I did what I did. And it goes into way more depth than what I just explained right now. So if you're interested in why, that's a quick click away. And I don't have to keep babbling on forever because there are 25 questions here and I don't want this to like eat up too much of your time. Question number 2, what type of content do you create on your channel? If you guys have been following me for a while, and if you kind of just search through the history of my videos and stuff, you'll see the majority of it is witchcraft based. It is a spiritual journey practice based channel. And slowly but surely I've incorporated vlogs, kitchen witchery, which is still witchcraft, but you know, different type of witchery. And you know that I'm very eclectic. I take magic from all different cultures and mesh them into my own practice, because I believe that we are one at the end of the day. Anybody should be allowed to incorporate something from someone else's culture. Energy is energy at the end of the day. I know people will beg to differ, but if you believe in past lives, then utilizing something from someone else's culture is not frowned upon in my book. You could have been from that culture once upon a time, and that's why it resonates with you so deeply. So I am not one to shun that. I am an open-minded practitioner. I like to incorporate new things. I like to look into new things. So every time I find something new, I like to do guinea pig test on myself or with my partner if he is down for that. And if it works for either one of us, I share it here. There's a lot of things that I have done that I have not made videos upon, So, you know, it's still going on. It's still an ongoing process of sharing with you guys, you know, all my spell work and whatnot. So this is basically like an online book of shadows. So whoever finds it useful, whatever tidbits you may take, or the whole spell or whatever, my goal, that's what I wanted. I wanted to make a channel where it's easy to access these things, you know, just the little things that you couldn't find when you're first starting out. I want a straightforward, clear answer to give to everybody instead of this ring around the rosy sort of bullshit explanations that a lot of other people give, and they avoid the straightforward answer of why they're doing it. So you never got the full answer. You just got a little tidbit of information here and there, and then you have to keep watching all these videos, subscribe to a Patreon, do this and that in order to get the full answer that you're looking for. I hate that shit. I think that's the most ridiculous shit ever. And here we're upfront. I am upfront here. If you have a fucking question and you want to know a fucking straightforward answer and a thorough one, come hit me up. Put that shit in the comments. Email me. I'm kind of bad at checking my emails, but I usually do it more for my Etsy shop. So, but I will get back to you regardless of how late I answer back. So that's apologies there, but I will give you a thorough, in-depth answer of why and why I do it and why you might not see other people doing it. That's their own, you know, 2 cents to put in there, but I will definitely give you the dang answer you're looking for. Slowly but surely, I've started to incorporate vlogs on here, and a lot of you have reached out and said, hey, you should do more vlogs. I like watching your vlogs. And honestly, I do like seeing my vlogs come together. You know, it's fun for me to piece all that stuff together. It's like an art project, really. So it's like a little hobby for me to do. I like editing. I like, you know, making it ethereal and nostalgic, like, you know. It's just hard to do that with a lot of people around and someone who struggles from extreme anxiety. That's typically what holds me back. So I hold myself back basically because the anxiety gets really bad. And I don't like being around a lot of people filming like that. And sometimes I'll push myself out there to go do a thing. Sometimes I just can't. Other than the vlogs and witchcraft, it's a lot of my own personal journey and opinions that I post here. Basically unpopular opinions. That should really be the hashtag. I have a lot of unpopular opinions, but honestly, if they piss you off in some sort of way, they might be true. So anyways, let's move on to question 3. What inspired you to start your YouTube channel? It was a while ago, and I believe I still worked in aerospace at this time. And my friend and another girl that I worked with, she was the lead in my department at the time. They were like, yeah, you should start it, and you know, it'd be cool. And then my partner, who wasn't my partner at the time, he also influenced me to start on my channel, just, you know, just get an inside peek of, like, you know, what a witch's practice looked like, basically. Well, they were building me up, but I don't think they really thought I was gonna do it, but a bitch did, and here we are, you know, and it's still happening. But I guess it was just a shove and a push to start something that I already thought about doing. I thought about doing it personally before I brought it up to anyone else to encourage me, because like I was saying for a previous question, that there's no straightforward answers. There's a lot of hearsay for magical practices just to like draw you in, and then they never fully explain why. Why are we doing this? They never really explain that. And I was tired of trying to research why people were doing certain things, certain practitioners. And deep down, I already knew, but, you know, a lot of people say, you have to do it this way. You have to, or else it's not gonna work, you know. And you can't take from this culture or that practice, you know, that's forbidden. No. That is bad. You're insulting them. There is just so much shit going on like that they purposely try to make you doubt yourself, so you will go to their channel, subscribe to their Patreon, you know, hire them to do workings for you. That's what that shit is there for. That shit is not there to really help you. They're trying to make profit off of you. They're trying to make you doubt yourself so you go to them. That's what it is. It's manipulation at its finest. I wanted to become the most knowledgeable witch in the world. Well, I went on my own mission to accumulate and perform all these magical workings to see if any of that bullshit that they said really mattered. And if it didn't, my ass gonna be posting that shit all over the fucking internet saying they a fucking fraud. So that's what my main goal was, basically. Not necessarily to be like, oh, you're a piece of shit, you're not a real witch, blah, 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 you're a fraud. I was just, you know, being really sarcastic. But at the same time, I don't want people to be discouraged when they're starting their spiritual journey because of people like that. There should be no reason to say shit like that. This spiritual practices and witchcraft is going to be different in every fucking culture. Even some of the herbs, spices, or sage that you use right now could be used as a different purpose and have a different metaphysical property in a different culture. It's not all the same, you know? I mean, some properties might stay the same, which is really cool when you see everything come together like that and builds the big puzzle of the picture. But I'm not going to be that person that says you can't do this, you can't try this. The fuck you can. You can try it. You can try it. Go ahead and try it. I don't want people to be discouraged before they can even get a foot in the door, you know? That's ridiculous. So that's really what I wanted to have this channel for. I am my own trial and error, and whatever works for me, I am posting here. I'll tell you why. That was my goal, and it still is. Number 4, how long have you been on YouTube? I think it's been roughly 6 or 7 years. All right, number 5. What are your hobbies outside your channel? My hobbies are, I like to read a lot. A lot of the times I can't like physically read, so I listen to audiobooks. I'm a late bloomer with the audiobooks, honestly. I just found out that they have some cool audiobooks on Spotify, so I've been posting like some of the books I've been listening to while I'm at work, because, you know, work takes up most of my life. I exercise. I went back to bodybuilding. I've been working out so far. I mean, I haven't lost a whole lot of weight, not noticeably yet. You know, I'm creating good habits. So creating good habits here. And then I like art. I do art a lot, especially now that I'm like transferring all my content from my old Book of Shadows into the new bigger one that I have. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I put it in a haul, but I can grab it because I am right next to my altar, and this is literally like my shelf where I keep all my herbs, spices, flowers, whatnot, and, you know, my concoctions. This is the Book of Shadows that I am trying to transfer everything into. So far, I've gotten this far. I'm not sure that everything I have in my other Book of Shadows is going to fill up this whole thing quite yet, but, you know, hey, it leaves me space for trial and error, so we'll see. I think I want to make a separate one for kitchen witchery, though, just kitchen witchery, and then this one's just going to be all the spell work, basically. So I've been doing a lot of arts and crafts for that. Other than that, I do like to go to the beach and hang out there, you know. I love swimming, but I don't do it a lot because the majority of the year here it's cold and we don't really have the weather for it. Like hiking, I like going outside, being in nature. Making YouTube videos is a hobby as well, so besides magical stuff, you know, that's like a lot of my life. That's a lot of my life. That is my hobby. My spiritual journey is my hobby. That's inspires me to look into new things, so that's keeps me going in life. It really does, because mundane things like going to work or, you know, going to eat out at a restaurant, even though I love food, but, you know, mundane things just like watching TV and shit, they don't really do it for me. Like, at the end of the day, I still feel kind of dead inside, you know? Like, that spark of life just isn't there with doing everyday things like watching a football game or something like that. I don't care about that shit at all. I enjoy talking about witchcraft, astrology, you know, palmistry, anything that has something like magical, inspires my mind. Like, everything else just kind of doesn't. Number 6. Is there a new style of content that you want to try? I do like making vlogs, like I said, but my editing and stuff for that isn't really like that captivating. My, you know, like if you're trying to captivate like a certain mood or something like that. Oh, my other hobby is I do like to write some poetry. So this is gonna go hand in hand with the question I'm on right now. I want to incorporate possibly some poetry into the videos, the vlogs or whatever that I'm doing. Maybe like some fashion stuff too, but then there's like a meaning behind the outfit. It's not just to look pretty, because I don't care about the just looking pretty. Yeah, there has to be symbolism, meaning behind the colors I'm wearing, a meaning behind of the cut of the shirt or the pants. You know, does the jewelry that you're wearing mean anything, you know? So I want to assemble outfits like that that like attract money or success, or if you're trying to attract a lover, you dress like this, and then, you know, and then have like some sort of aesthetically pleasing edit to go with it that suits the vlog or the fashion. Or I want to start doing things like that. And I know that's going to be a lot more time consuming. So that's the part I'm worried about the most, is having enough time to get it to look the way I want it to look, and actually have you guys pick up on how I feel in here and in here. Portraying that is going to be the hardest part to get across. That's something I want to do. I want to create like an euphoria sort of sensation, a nostalgic sensation. Maybe it reminds you of something. I'm a 90s child. So something that's more vintagey looking might be kind of up my alley. I'm just not sure like what culture wise I might take from. I was thinking like Moroccan style, Egyptian style, but it's like a vintage edit, like Bollywood kind of edit. Like, I have things in my head, but trying to get the right apps and editing apps for that stuff might be a little more complicated. And that's the part I think is really holding me back, is trying to find the right stuff to get the image I want out there. But those are my ideas, those are my thoughts and things that I would like to do. Just, I gotta find the time and the right apps and stuff to edit. Number 7, how do you plan out your content? I do make notes of like what I want to do, hopefully within that week or that month. It depends really on the moon phase if I'm going to be performing magic, because I do a lot of my magic, you know, live for that video. And a lot of practitioners would beg to differ that you should actually show a real working on your channel, because it won't work. Bitch, the fuck it won't. It fucking works, okay? A lot of my shit has worked when I put it on camera. That's bullshit. Don't listen to that. I usually wait for a particular moon phase. Is like if someone asked me for like a spell to break addiction or something like that. Now I have to think of something I am addicted to, or my partner's, you know, has picked up a bad habit and he can't break it right now. Or do I have a friend that needs to break a certain habit? Can I do the working for them? And if they say yes, or I'm like, yeah, I got plenty of addictions to go with, I will pick a day, a moon phase, or the day of, depending on like what the spell work's going to be for, what kind of energy that day brings or that moon phase brings that I can use to benefit what I'm trying to get rid of. Because an addiction, you're trying to break it, get rid of it. You're going to be working with your shadow self. A lot of things I could go into with that, but in particular, I go with the moon phase. Is there something in my personal life that I can use that spell work for that someone asked me about? So those are the main things, really. And if I can't at that time, I'll usually put it off and I'll wait. I'm thinking nowadays that I should probably just show you guys like how to do it, go through the motions and whatnot, instead of actually having a reason to do it. I really do not like wasting materials. I am someone who grew up pretty poor, and I was homeless for a couple years of my life, and I have learned to appreciate the little things that I have, because there's an embedded traumatic fear in me that if I use all this right now, or for some reason, then I'll probably need it at a time that I really need it, and I won't have it. There's always that little fear in the back of my mind, something I'm working on trying to get over, because I'm an adult. I control what I can get with my money and stuff now. It's still hard to kind of wrap my head around that fact. So I like to save things. And I also like to not get too many things because I also fear that I'm gonna lose it all because I've moved around my whole life. I haven't really had a stable home. So I feel like I should always travel light. I shouldn't accumulate too much junk, you know, because I might lose it all or I just won't be able to take it with me. So that's basically how I would plan out my content with that ramble implemented in there. I just write the stuff down as it comes to my mind. A lot of the time, like when I'm at work, and if I have time nowadays to write stuff down when I'm at work, because now I really don't. When I did, I would just open up Word doc, type that shit up, print it out at work, and come home, make whatever tweaks or additions I need to put in there, and I would like, there's the video. This is a good topic to bring up because I haven't seen a whole lot of people talking about it or something like that. So that's what I do, or I just make a note. I notate it for later, and I go from there. Because it really just comes down to having enough time to do it at that point. I remember someone did comment saying, how about when you do something like that you're in the midst of it or something, just record it. And just record everything or something and then save all the files, the videos. I mean, I could, but I actually don't use a nice camera. I use my phone to record everything, and my storage is pretty limited. So I try to only record or take pictures of things that are really for just YouTube. I could transfer a lot of this stuff onto my laptop too. It really just comes down to time and some laziness, really. Number 8, what are your tools of the trade? Camera, lighting, etc. So I use my phone to record, and I do have a ring light, and that's it. And I am happy with that. Number 9, as a content creator, do you experience burnout? If so, what does that look like for you? Yeah, of course. I think we all do. Some people purposely just keep pushing themselves forward because they're making money off of YouTube. I don't make any money to do what I do. I just wanted to push out knowledge, and I am so far accomplishing that. So the channel does benefit my shop. So, I mean, if I can put some shameless plugs into this video and you guys enjoy my presence, my personality, the spell work I have to offer, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go purchase stuff from this person because, you know, I get a good vibe from them. I like their energy. I like what they have to bring to the table in my life. It does help. I do experience burnout just like anybody else. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not a machine. So I have feelings and emotions and needs that need to be taken care of. And other things in my life affect what I do here on YouTube, like work, especially work. And I know there's a lot of content upcoming creators that are young and they're going to college and they're trying to juggle a job, or, you know, they're trying as hard as they can to get content out. And it's something that they usually like doing. Like, I love doing YouTube stuff. But the time and the energy that it takes, and especially when I'm getting older, so I am getting way more tired sooner than when I did when I was still in my 20s. You get into the 30s, y'all, it's fucked from there. It's fucked from there. You can keep working out and eating healthy and shit, but your energy levels, they go down a lot faster. You can still look amazing and shit in your 30s, 40s, 50s, but inside you still dying. You still dying. Burnout for me is I'm not gonna be on YouTube for a while. Like, it'll probably be a month, maybe longer, to see another video from me. It doesn't mean I'm gone forever. I don't really ever planning on quitting what I'm doing. Like, I imagine myself 70 years old as a crone, as a knowledgeable, wise-ass crone, still up in this bitch, telling you guys, this is what we be doing today. This is what I'm showing you, okay? I want to be that crone. I want to be a motherfucking YouTube witch crone, okay? That's my goals. Unless YouTube decides to fucking delete my channel one day because, you know, you can't be having witchcraft on the YouTube anymore. And believe me, they are going through my channel. Recently, they were trying to put copyrights on, like, all my fucking shit. I'd be careful with the music I choose now. Yeah, they be on it now. They trying to get rid of me. We'll see if we put music on this video because of that. When I'm burnt out, it's usually because I'm pretty depressed, you know. Usually has to do with the day job. It always has to do with work. I swear, like, 99% of the time, the day job is what really does me in. If I did not have that day job, and I was just focusing on like doing workings for people as a living, and I was just running the shop, I'd be happy as a motherfucking clam. But nobody really knows how happy clams are, so I shouldn't really say that. But I'd be really fucking happy, okay? Like, I don't know, one day it might happen. One day I might be able to quit the damn J job, and then I can actually, you know, start doing workings for people. I can amp up me and my partner's business more, get our own website and not have to go through Etsy, you know? I would have that time on my hands to put forth more energy and effort and passion into something that I actually love, instead of trying to work for somebody else and I don't give a fuck about what I'm doing. I'm just trying to do it well so I can get my paycheck. That shit burns me out. That's what fucking burnout looks like for me. Number 10, which video are you the most proud of and why? What I wish I knew when I first started practicing witchcraft. Because that's the information that I want to push out, is that you don't have to be in this specific little box in order to do certain practices that you want to do. It's basically going against the grain for a lot of practitioners. And that's what my intentions were for this channel, is to expose the bullshit and motivate you, push you forward. Don't let other people keep you down just because your beliefs and your thoughts and your unpopular opinions don't match someone else's. I hate when I see content like that, when they're saying, you can't do it this way. The fuck you can, okay? Try it. If it works for you, keep doing it. Don't let someone else say you can't. A lot of witchcraft is trial and error. It really is. And those people out there saying you have to know exactly what you're doing for this or that. You think they've done some of their rituals perfectly when they first started doing it? That ritual that they based their magic off of, that spell or whatever, probably wasn't perfect the first time that practitioner designed it anyways. It is trial and error. That video definitely preaches my unpopular opinion, so I am proud of that one. Number 11, who inspires you within the magical pagan YouTube community? I wrote down about 5 people. First one is a new channel that I stumbled across, and I am really enjoying this witch's content. I believe she said she has been practicing for about 27 years. So me and her are about the same age, and she has a lot of knowledge, a lot of trial and error experience to share, and she has a quirky personality. Who doesn't love a quirky personality? I know I fucking do. She be an Italian little witch, and I'm half Italian, so, you know, we gotta stick up for each other like that, you know? So, her channel name is crystalthecottagewitch, and honestly, she needs a lot more followers than what she has now. She has great content, she has a great personality, she has fucking cool hair. I mean, come on. She talks about shit that I can't really find anywhere else. And she goes in depth about it. She does give you a thorough explanation. And that's something I preach and I highly appreciate. Check her videos out, okay? She has vlogs, she has witchcraft stuff, she has some like 101, you know, I'm gonna teach you this shit, so sit the fuck down. And I just enjoy her channel a lot. So if you haven't heard of her, you don't know who she is, check out Crystal the Cottage Witch. I am sure she will not let you down. The next one is someone I stumbled upon about a couple months ago, and she was new to YouTube, but now that when I went to go look up her channel to try and, like, you know, post a little icon link, I don't see her channel anymore, so I think she removed it, and I am so fucking sad that she did, because I was really enjoying the content that she was posting. It was a lot of sea witchcraft, and it was something that I was getting into and I wanted to look more into. Even though she's no longer here, I'm still gonna shout out her old channel name in hopes that she comes back. She did say that she watched my channel for a hot minute, so I'm hoping that she sees this video and it inspires her to come back. I was really enjoying your content, and I miss you. Her name is Mermaid Sea Witch. That was her YouTube name. She's no longer here, so I really hope, please come back. I really liked your content. It was very inspiring. I enjoyed seeing your altar tour video, and, you know, all the meanings behind the stuff that you had, and it was just really nice. It was so nice. It was such a refresher compared to a lot of things I've seen on YouTube for a long time, and I really hope you come back. This one is the Earth Witch. I really enjoy this girl's content. She's a Virgo. She has a lot of plant stuff going on in her garden, and she hasn't posted for a while, but she still has a ton of great practical magic videos on her channel, and I enjoy her personality, and she just has good energy too, and I enjoy some good energy. Like I said, her magic is practical, it's doable, it's not something you gotta go out of your way to like accumulate some stuff. And she gives thorough explanations. And check out the Earth Witch. She does not disappoint. She's got a good head on her shoulders. Next up is Southern Spellcraft. And this Southern gal, she's really cool. You'll enjoy her accent too. She has a lot of tarot readings, pick a card readings. I do enjoy some of those, but not as much as other people do, I think. I'm not too into that, but there are certain practitioners that I gravitate to more so than others. But I enjoy particularly her spell work on this channel. That's what I like the most. She has an oil video, a couple Baneful Magic videos on there, and I just enjoy watching her do her workings and explaining why she does this and that, and, you know, explanations, communication, thorough responses. Like, once again, like, this channel is really cool. Check out her channel. She needs more subscribers for sure. And the last one is, her name is Magic by Venus. She's a very beautiful witch, and her aesthetic for her channel is very pleasing to the eye, but she's also a very knowledgeable girl. I enjoy watching her perform her magics and explain why she does this or that, and her editing skills are far beyond mine, that's for sure. And she definitely inspired me to, you know, start putting together some better content that's like aesthetically pleasing, but I can also have really good meaning behind the content. So that inspired me. Her content inspired me to do, you know, like the fashion stuff that I was thinking about talking about for a previous question. But I can make it useful. I can also make it pretty. I can put some of my passions and poetry into that if I wanted to, and, you know, make it all come together and still have it be useful in some way, because at the end of the day, I want what I'm showing you to be useful. I think this girl really captures that. I like her personality a lot. She's like really chill and kind of mellow vibe to her, and she has a very, very beautiful aesthetic. Check out Magic by Venus. I'm sure you will love her channel. Number 12, are there any channels you would recommend? I would recommend all the channels that I just mentioned for the last question. I will put links in the comment section below, so you guys can definitely go check them out. They are amazing content creators, amazing witches. Number 13, do you believe there are misconceptions about being a magical pagan YouTuber? Yes, for sure. Because what you show people on YouTube or any social media outlet is only a fraction, a very small, minute amount of what that person has to do in a day. 14, what do you dislike and like about being on YouTube? I dislike other practitioners putting other practitioners down. It's sad that a lot of practitioners feel like they need to do that in order to get ahead. And those are definitely the people that I avoid. And YouTube is a pretty sensitive place, just in general, for creating content, especially this content. This content, it's gonna be harder for you to attract your right tribe, because there's so many things about witchcraft when it comes to like bodily fluids or like animals. There's certain things on here that YouTube's not gonna let you show or talk about. So, and when your numbers get higher and higher, they watch you more like a hawk. It gets harder for you to get across what you're trying to say on this platform, you know, and be real upfront real fast without trying to have to like leave these little loopholes in there. And then it just becomes more complicated for you to give a straight answer. That's my 2 cents on that question. 15. What are some of the challenges and struggles you face creating on this platform, and how do you overcome them? Like I said, YouTube censors a lot of your shit. They don't take your video down if you say certain things that you're not supposed to be saying, and they're like, that's not posh and square and white picket fence enough for us to put on YouTube. Number 16, what is your opinion on monetization, paywalls, or other exclusive content like Patreon or membership services. I think the knowledge that we share as witches, practitioners of the spiritual trade, I feel like this shit should be free. I know, like I was saying in those other 2 questions, that YouTube will take down some of your stuff if you blabble too much about it, and they don't like you giving out that information. They feel like it's a liability for the viewers or whatever it is that they find is not satisfying about what you're saying. Your content's gone, your channel can get taken down, like that. A Patreon is, or like an OnlyFans or something like that. You don't even, OnlyFans has like such a bad reputation for how, you know, what could be done on there. But you could literally have an OnlyFans and it's literally just the people who watch you do your spell work. But now you're doing like really, really dark magic that involves like animal parts or something like that, and you're putting it on your OnlyFans. You don't have to be like butt naked or whatever. It can literally just be for the stuff that you can't normally say and do on your regular channel. Patreon is for that as well, basically. But you can do stuff like that on OnlyFans, apparently. So that is the pro of having a Patreon or some sort of paid service, is that you can actually show and tell in depth about the certain things that you're trying to teach on your other channel. That is, you know, a little more PG. And now we can go to like rated R sort of content or whatever. So, and it should still be fine because it's a service you paid for and not everybody can view it. Only the people who paid to can view it. Honestly, that's a plus. That's a benefit if you really trust somebody's magic and content and stuff that much, that you're like, I will pay $10.99 a month just to get that exclusive shit that, you know, they can't show me on their regular page. I think it's a great thing. You know, that's the one service here that would come in handy. You can make profit off of it, so be it. Time is money. It really is. My time is so precious, but I still like to give out as much information as possible for free. And if I didn't have my day job, I probably would have fucking done it already. 17, do you have any boundaries on this platform? Why or why not? No, I don't. I fucking don't. I am unapologetically myself, and that's not gonna change. I will share any trauma or traumatic experience here so long as YouTube doesn't take my fucking video down or delete my channel. I don't have anything left to like sugarcoat my life that I can't handle right now. I've been through so much shit that I am an open book. It might not always be at the forefront of my mind to share something like that with people I don't know, or just, you know. But if you ask, I tell. Depends on how much I tell to someone like at work or whatever, because you can get certain vibes from certain people because, you know, it's not in your best favor. They're asking about that certain place in your life because they're trying to use it to manipulate you. I'm pretty good at reading people, so I know right away just by looking at them in the face, like, why they're asking me these questions. It depends on the person that I'll have like a wall up and only tell them so much about that certain situation in my life. But usually it's still the same story. I just told you less information to use against me. I did it in a way that was professional, basically. Compared to here, we're very unprofessional here. But it's my channel, so I'm gonna do it however way I want. 18, do you have any current goals for your channel? I think I already went over that. Like, I wanna, you know, amp up my editing style, you know, and incorporate a little more vlogs and maybe some of that fashion correlation stuff with magics and poetry. So those are my long-term goals. But I'll probably start out slowly just to not overwhelm myself. Number 19, what are some of the mistakes you've made and how did you fix them? Copyright shit, that is current. So I have to look for a different music if I want to have music in the videos now. And you can't just mention the artist or the song. You literally have to contact the artist, ask them if you can use their music. Use YouTube editor. They have stuff that's ready to go. You don't need to, you know, reach out to an artist or whatever. It's copyright free music. YouTube policies and stuff, they're always changing. So it's kind of exhausting sometimes to be up to date on what changed. There's a lot of things you have to mark now saying, is this video background real? Did you edit this? Blah, blah, blah. Check these boxes. Like, you have to do all that shit now. Before it was really easy to upload a video when I was in my 20s. They're trying to find any flaw, any little loophole to get your shit down so they don't have to pay you. Like, it's crazy. You gotta be pretty careful unless you don't care to have music in your videos and you're not doing these special edited effects, you know, to make people think it's real, and then, you know, that's like a liability. So crazy. I mean, are you gonna watch a movie and think everything in there is real? Like, are you an idiot or what? So that is the mistake, and I am going to fix that. Number 20. What are some of the ways your channel has grown since your first video? I remember my very first video, I was not the most confident. Back then, my parents brainwashed the shit out of me. I grew up with a mother and a father that literally taught me, or tried to brainwash me, that looking a certain way for a female and being beautiful and always wearing makeup and having your hair done and, you know, just looking nice and having a perfect body is everything. If you don't have that, you have nothing. You are of no value. My father and my mother, they'd comment on my weight, yada, yada, yada. It really fucks with your mentality the longer it goes on. As I watch other people and how they treat me and other people who are like my size or bigger, what they said played out. It was fucking true. So that really, it's damaging at the end of the day, seeing that happen. There's a lot more body positive people out there now, but still, it's really bad. It's still really bad. I still see it happen all the fucking time. I rambled about all of that because at that point in time, I was a little bit overweight, and I was like, oh, I wish I could just lose the weight and then start my channel. Don't do that. Just start the channel. Start the fucking channel. There are people out there who are going to accept you for you. Don't hinder a point in your life, your youth, or whatever it is at that point. Just do it. Fucking Nike that shit. My God. So I had the people at my work at that time like, yeah, start that channel. Do it, man. We'll watch. You know, a lot of them didn't. But the people that did, they're like, hey, this is cool. It made me think of blah and blah. So can you do a video about that? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I can. And that was even more motivating to keep going, because I actually jived with some of these people and it made them think of other things and they wanted to know about them. And I slowly gained that following, and more people were accepting me for me on the channel that I had created. And that just pushed me forward even more because I was creating connections with like-minded individuals. My confidence grew with more content that I made. 21. Have you ever wanted to quit making videos? Why or why not? No, it hasn't crossed my mind. And like I was saying earlier, I want to be making videos until I'm in my crone age, until I can't make a fucking video anymore. I'm dead. Number 22. What do you wish you knew before starting your YouTube journey? I guess I would have liked to explore more editing apps or whatever, read up on the policies better, things like that. Number 23, do you post on any other platforms? If so, what are they? I have an Etsy shop that I run with my partner. It's called BrujadeMarigoldManor, and it's gonna eventually be filled up with a fuck ton of metaphysical supplies, but right now I have 5 things on there. I also post on Instagram. I have photos and some other things that you might not see here that I do upload to Instagram. And I am also on the Pagan and Witches AMINO app. I share my spell work there. Number 24, do you have any advice for those wishing to create a channel? Start that damn channel. Just start the damn channel. Read up on the YouTube policies and stuff. Educate yourself about what YouTube's guidelines and shit are. And just start the damn channel. Don't wait. Don't wait until you need to lose X amount of weight or something stupid like that that doesn't even fucking matter. Just start the channel. Number 25, who will you tag in this video? Obviously, all the people who inspired me that I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna tag Maple Grove in here because she mentioned me, and her channel is also awesome. She shares her spiritual journey and her craft with you. And Jasmine the Sage, another awesome channel. She shares her spiritual journey, their craft. She has vlogs. She has a great personality, very intelligent witch. I will tag every single person I have mentioned in the comments below. Regardless if you like every little thing that they do in their practice, you may not agree with everything. You're not gonna agree with everything. Out of all the people that I mentioned in here, there's always something that I'm like, I wouldn't do that. But if that works for you, then you fucking get it, witch. I don't care. I am not going to agree with you 100% all the fucking time. And that doesn't mean I'm going to unfollow you for it. That is so shallow and narrow-minded. I follow these people because the majority of what they post actually resonates with me. And like I said, you're not going to agree with everything, but they will enlighten you in some sort of way. They will give you a new perspective on your craft, or it may not even be about the craft at all. It could just be that one little phrase just about, you know, something they're experiencing in their life that just really resonates with you. And that's really all it takes. Again, this tag is from Starlight the Wild Witch, and I'll be tagging her as well. If you guys would like to do the tag, please do it. I would love to see what you have to say. Till next time, I will see all you lovely little brujitas later.